don't try to tell us that universal health care is an imperative. Do you think we're unaware that hospitals cannot turn anyone away? Do you think we're unaware that as soon as someone goes on public assistance, one of the first things they get is a health card? Free, no deductible, no copay, no premium? Well, I pay a premium, and I pay a deductible, and I pay a copay, which, by the way, just went up a whopping 25% this year. Universal health care is so good that the rest of the world comes to this country for their serious and critical health care, rather than to wait months for substandard care from overworked and underpaid doctors and nurses. Universal health care, we already have it. We're already paying for it. The politicians simply want us to pay again. That's why they're considering taxing the portion of our health care provided by our employers. And that's why Congress is exempting itself from the system that they're insisting on imposing on the rest of us. They know, as we do, that universal health care will simply be another in a long line of government boondoggles that once instituted will be around forever, no matter how inefficient or how ineffective. The Cash for Clunkers program was voted on, passed, and funded by this Congress. $1 billion was allocated for the program, and that money was to have lasted 4 months. They ran out of money in 4 days. If they can't even run a used car business for more than 4 days, why on earth would we trust them to run 1/7 of our economy and allow them to be responsible for our health care and indeed our very lives? Tax, tax, and more tax. Do you truly believe that politicians care anything about us? I say they do not. They care about getting enough of our money to assure that they can buy enough votes through their gigantic, ill-conceived, and poorly run programs and welfare and handouts to keep themselves in office. Why? Because of the money. Why the money? Because money buys power, and power means more money, and more money means more power, and so it goes. Where's the media on these issues and these questions? Why are they not asking these and even more probing and important questions of our elected officials? Where are our constitutionally protected wordsmiths? Who's looking out for us, for our interests, for our well-being? Better yet, why are these politicians allowed to get away with this stuff? Don't they realize, don't we realize that these spoiled brats are indeed elected by us to represent us? How dare they decide what they want to do? Politicians are elected to represent us. We put them in office, and I see no reason not to take them out of office when they fail to do what we elected them to do. And what is it we actually elected these people to do? To represent us. To look out for our interest. To make decisions that benefit us. To uphold our values and to protect the citizens of this country from all enemies, both foreign and domestic. These politicians are not put in office as lifetime appointments. They're not elected to enrich themselves. They're not there to feather their own nests at the expense of the people who sent them there. They're there to do our bidding, to do what we, the majority, tell them to do when we, the majority, tell them to do it. They are to be citizen politicians, kind of like jurors. Serve your time and go home. If I never hear another politician say that the issues are too complicated for we, the people, to understand, it will still be too soon. It's time for us, the electorate, to actually demand that the elected do what we tell them to do. Personally, I'm here today because when I look at my paycheck, I don't say to myself, oh, wow, this check is way too much money for me. Why didn't the government keep more of the money I went to work and earned? This just isn't right. How will they study cow flatulence? How will they be able to build a new rail system from California to Las Vegas? How will they be able to build new bridges to nowhere and roads that aren't needed and airports that serve no one? How will the politicians be able to pay off special interest groups that support those same politicians with fake and or bought votes? How will groups like Acorn be able to continue to commit voter registration fraud if I am allowed to keep nearly 50% of what I earn? Politicians are much smarter than I am, and they should be in charge of how my paycheck is spent, not me. No, that's not what I say. I'm here today because I look at my check and I say, where is so much of my money going? The sad truth is that most of the time, I don't know. What I do know is that I no longer want to fund abortion counseling overseas. I no longer want to send millions and billions of dollars to the UN so that foreign diplomats can break our laws and spit in our faces with impunity. I no longer want to pay for the liberal bias on government-subsidized and liberal-run PBS and NPR. I no longer want my taxes to pay for limos for elected officials who are supposed to be working for me while I drive a used car. I don't want to pay for politicians to receive full, lifetime pay and benefits after serving only 1 or 2 terms in the Congress. I'm fed up with lies and excuses and cheating and stealing and philandering politicians who have absolutely no regard for me or my family or my neighbors or what any of us, the people who put them in office, want and need. I'm sick to death of the arrogance and the elitism and the condescending attitude from people who have mostly never even held a job. I want it to stop. I want it to stop today, now, this very minute. I never want to hear another politician tell us, the electorate, that they're not going to answer questions about what they do or where they go or how they spend our hard-earned money. I am done. I am finished. This is it. It's the end. Stop, and stop now. Stop lying to me. Stop taxing me to death. Stop stealing my money to keep yourself in office. Stop milking us dry to pay for overseas abortion counseling and turtle road crossing tunnels and studies of the marsh rat. Stop wasting my hard-earned tax dollars to prop up tin-horn dictators who charge us out the nose for every product they sell us while either taxing or outright refusing to buy our own products. Stop sending my money to support countries who have pledged to wipe us off the face of the earth while cheating us for every drop of oil they sell us. Just stop. Stop being so damn stupid and crooked. Serve your country, politicians, not yourself. Ask yourself what you can do for your country, not what your country can do for you. Serve your country as you pledged to do when you were sworn in. When you serve your country, you'll be serving us. We are the country. We are the electorate. We are the people who put you where you are. Begin now, today, or you're going to be voted out of that office that you love so dearly. We're serious. We're mad. You kicked this sleeping dog one time too many. You're on probation with us, the electorate. We're watching you, and we'll remember what you do and how you serve us. And you have been warned. Here are words. And remember, words have meaning. Thank you.